let me talk about street furniture because Carol referred to it and the report referred to it a lot. And there's been a lot written about, why did the city do it? Did they do it to get additional revenue, or did they do it because, a sort of streetscape, creating a common theme throughout the city? Clearly, street furniture did introduce a lot of additional revenue to the city that they had not had for 20 years. The city was operating under an old agreement that had been negotiated 20 years ago. Clearly, the city had changed in 20 years. One of the things about the agreement that we had with Cemusa was that there'd be an upfront payment. They would pay the first 4 years, basically the first year of the deal. That was a $100 million payment to the city of New York. And then, on top of that, the city was guaranteed what we called alternative compensation, which meant that wherever Cemusa had an operation, a street furniture operation, we could get additional advertising. That was money that the city didn't have to spend to get advertising. So clearly, in the case of street furniture, it was both, I believe, because I was involved in it, it was an attempt to create a more uniform streetscape, but one cannot miss the point that the city was going to realize additional revenues that in our wildest dreams we never thought that we would get from street furniture. The other thing I want to say is that I believe that with the Cemusa deal there was a lot of transparency. It was an RFP that had gone through, this was the second iteration of the RFP. If you remember, during the Giuliani years, we had the first iteration of the RFP. We chose not to change the RFP because we had already gone through ULURP, and for those in the audience who know about ULURP, why in the world would you want to go through that a second time? So we put out the second RFP, which was just like the first RFP, talked about, bus stop shelters and newsstands. And I believe between all of the lawsuits and all of the information that went out there, the city had tremendous transparency in terms of the street furniture process.